live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Budapest here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon Central European Time. We are doing a live class for IELTS listening with some practice and some strategy. Hi Pachu, hi Vanessa, hi Orsbay. Happy Singh, good to see you in class. Sheng Hung, good to see you as well. Students, these materials, strategies, these lessons, they're sponsored. They're coming from our websites for academic IELTS. Check us out at aehelp.com. And for the general version of the exam, check us out at gieltshelp.com. While we wait for students to join in, I'll show you those sites real quick. This is the academic version here with the blue background. Click that red big Join Now button to get our premium package. And for the general version, it's a similar structure with a green background, so you don't confuse the two. Click that big red button to join us there. And you can also download our app, Academic IELTS Help, for the academic version. For the general version, we will have our app out in November. The websites are responsive. You can use the websites on your tablet and phone also. For getting in touch with me, communicating, you can send me an email with your questions to adrian@aehelp.com. Rajni Chopra, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Okay, so again, our schedule for this week, today listening, tomorrow we will do a speaking part 2 for members, followed by a speaking part 3 for everyone. And this week, no class on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I will be back on Tuesday with speaking part 1 for everyone at 3 o'clock Central European Time. You can see that schedule on our YouTube community bulletin board. All right, students, so without further ado, let's get right into our listening practice for today. This is coming from test number 2. We're going to kick it off with section number 1. Again, I'm going to darken up the screen a little bit here so you can see the questions a little bit better. Okay, let's get it nice and dark. You don't need to see me. You just need to listen. So I'm going to hop over to our website, and up at the top here on our website, I can get into my student account. For those of you who have our premium package, when you're in the My Student account, you have access to all of these great materials, computer-based IELTS practice exams, 100 hours of video lessons, and of course the audio CDs. Now this is going to be CD 2, track number 1. So students, as you're listening and answering, please don't write your answer into the chat. Just write it on a separate piece of paper or into a document on your computer or phone. That's because we want you to give everybody a fair chance to answer these questions by themselves, okay? So we will go over the questions together after. For now, do not write answers into the chat, but on a separate piece of paper. All right, students, here we go. 3, 2, 1. If it's quiet, please turn up your volume or use a headset. Okay, 3, 2, 1, here we go.
This recording is copyrighted by 2 Think One Solutions Inc. and World ESL Tutors. You will hear several different recordings and you will answer questions on what you hear. There will be time given to read the instructions and questions, and you will be given a chance to check your work. The recordings will be played only once. The test is made up of 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Now turn to section 1. Listening section 1. You will hear a conversation between 2 men as one of the men buys a gym membership. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. You will see that there is an example. This time only, the conversation relating to this question will be played.
Good afternoon. I'm interested in purchasing a gym membership.
Of course, sir. What length of membership are you looking for? We have options ranging from 1 month to 2 years.
Can I get one for 3 months? I don't want to make too much of a commitment.
Of course.
The man says he wants a 3-month membership, so this answer has been indicated for you. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Good afternoon. I'm interested in purchasing a gym membership.
Of course, sir. What length of membership are you looking for? We have options ranging from 1 month to 2 years.
Can I get one for 3 months? I don't want to make too much of a commitment.
Of course. Before we can get you started on getting into shape, I'm going to need some personal details from you.
Certainly.
Let's start with your name.
William Bacon.
Bacon spelled the same as the breakfast food?
Yes. B-A-C-O-N.
Okay, William. Now I need your residential address.
Oh, please call me Bill. I feel odd being called William.
Okay, Bill. So your address then?
Right. I live at 1653 Spooner Street in Liverpool.
Oh, I know that street. My grandmother lived there when I was growing up. The street name is spelled with an A, is it not?
Yes, that's right. Spooner is spelled S-P-O-O-N-A-R.
And your postcode here in Liverpool?
PK387YQ.
TK387YQ?
No, PK387YQ.
Right. Now we need your date of birth.
April 9th, 1980.
And your telephone numbers, starting with your home number.
I don't have a home number, just a mobile number. It is 312-77-8391.
Fine then. Now, do you have any medical issues we should know about, such as asthma?
I have no medical concerns. I'm in perfect health as far as I know.
Now, I need to ask you a few questions to find out what type of gym membership fits your lifestyle the best.
There is more than one type of gym membership?
Oh yes, there are a number of different options. We have our most basic membership, which allows you to work out on the machines on the main floor of our town centre facility. Then there is our premium membership, which allows members usage of the machines on the second floor of our town centre facility, as well as access to our third floor lounge.
What is so special about the machines on the second floor?
Nothing really, but our gym is extremely busy, and often the machines on the second floor are the only ones available. However, as I said, they are only open to the premium members.
Tell me about the lounge.
Our lounge is fantastic. The room is big, about 50 feet by 50 feet, and we have 2 large televisions and many comfortable chairs. There is also full bar service and a complimentary snack bar.
You now have some time to look at questions 6 to 10. Now listen to the rest of the interview and answer questions 6 to 10.
That sounds great. Are there any other membership options?
Yes, there is one more. We call it the Premium Plus membership, and it allows customers to use any of our gym facilities in the country.
So if I go to London or Kent or Newcastle, can I use your gyms there?
Well, yes, but we don't currently operate a gym in Newcastle. We do, however, operate a total of 22 gyms in England, not including this one in Liverpool.
23 gyms, that's impressive. What is the price difference between these memberships?
Well, at your 3-month level, the basic membership is £53. The premium is £84 and the premium plus is £95.
That's quite a step up from basic to premium.
Yes, but it's quite good value for the additional services and location options.
I'll have to think this over a bit before I make a decision.
Just so you know, Bill, we are running a promotion right now. If you sign up another person along with yourself, we will give both of you premium memberships for the price of basic memberships.
Wow, that's a great deal. I wonder who I should ask to join with me. Greg loves to work out, but he's already has a gym membership. I could ask Steve, but he's so busy with work all the time. I think I will ask my neighbour Kate. She's been trying to get back into shape after having her baby last autumn.
Wonderful. I will see you soon then.
Yes, you will. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
It's Mike, and it was a pleasure helping you.
I will hopefully be in tomorrow with Kate. Does 11 work?
No, sorry, I'm not in until midday.
I will see you midday then.
That is the end of section 1. You will now have half a minute to check your answers.
Okay, students, use that half minute always to check your answers. I'm just going to stop the audio for us here, and then we will go back and go through section 1 together. Section 1 in the listening is the easiest one of the 4 sections. So your goal with section 1, students, is to get at least 8 of these questions correct. Okay? So you want to get at least 8 correct. Now, many of you saw that as the instructions began, I slowly moved through section 1, 2, 3, and 4. My goal there was just to get an overview of the information in the listening. And in the paper-based exam, you may be able to do this. It's not cheating because there's no clear rule that you cannot turn the page. Although the proctor, the examiner, might say, hey, don't turn the page, just stay on section 1. But it doesn't say that anywhere, as far as I know. So if you can look at the other sections, just even the topics, to see that, you know, there's going to be some information about a student who visits their professor, about dinosaur, I believe. So that can help you, all right? That can really help you. Okay, so here it says complete the form below, and you know that this one will be coming after the example. So in the audio, the person says, William says, I'm looking for a 3-month membership. So you know that this one here is going to be coming soon, their full name. Now, in section 1, be patient because they usually say the names, the addresses a couple times. They repeat it and they spell it. Okay, they spell it for you as well. So for number 1, the name of this person, as already some of you have put there, is William Bacon, spelled like the breakfast food, bacon. So B-A-C-O-N. This is correct. B-A-C-O-N. This is correct. B-A-C-O-N. This is wrong. Okay. Names must have a capital letter, lowercase letter. You'll get that marked wrong. All right. So bacon, either with a capital B, the rest of them small, or all capital uppercase letters is okay. All right, the address. Where does Mr. William Bacon live? Number 2. Good job, Samara Sarawati Rakib, on that first answer. So he lives at 1653 something Street. Zaid and Puranjay say it's Spoonar Street. And again, street names are proper nouns, so you do need that capital. So it's Spoonar, spelt with an A. Again, they spell it for you. Spoonar. They're correct. If you write it with a small s, it's wrong. Okay? So capitalization matters in the exam. All right? Spoonar. You don't need to write street because the word is included in the answer. So you don't need to write street, you just need to write Spoonar. Okay, the city is Liverpool. And what is the postal code? And again, you notice that with the postal code, they said it twice with the correction, so be patient. Spacing doesn't matter. So many of you are saying it's PK387YQ. PK387YQ. Perfect. So spacing doesn't matter. I highly suggest using capital letters for postcodes. So anytime when there's a letter combined with numbers, use capital letters. It's more clear, it's clearer, and it's less confusing to read. So use big letters, use capital uppercase letters for that, okay? All right, so date of birth, April 9th, 1980. We have that. And then Mike asks William for his residential phone number. He says, what is your residential number? What is William's residential number? Puranjay says, not available. Okay, Puranjay, if you're going to write not available, make sure that you can write more than one word. Okay, in this case, it doesn't say, so, or does it? Nope, doesn't say. So you're okay. So not applicable or none or no number, all of those are okay. Okay, so none. None is safe because it's here, we see it here as well. So, and none, of course, it's a common noun, so you can write it all lowercase. It doesn't have to be all capital, and that's the form, all right? Okay, if you're going to write two words, make sure you check that there's no instructions which say one word only. Okay, if you write two words, you'll get it wrong. All right, so this is a bit of a bright part of this question sheet. Of course, these exams are adapted for these live classes in your online course at AEHelp or IELTS. These would be white pages like the real exam. So here you have a look at the lounge on the third floor. And there are 4 different layouts. One of them is the correct answer. For this one, the correct answer, Saul Nalyar, Puranjay, and Mashiha and Carolina all agree that it is A, and you're correct. Why? What information tells us that A is the correct answer? What is the information? Yeah, Jane, very good. Jane Antler says, because it's square and there are lots of seats. Saul, it's not 15 by 15, it's 50 by 50. Okay? Listen carefully for the difference between the pronunciation of those words. So it's 50 by 50, so it's a square, and there are lots of chairs. Okay? Which makes sense. It's a lounge. Got to be able to sit down. So it's 50 by 50. Good. Okay. So when you get to these types of questions, they usually give you a little bit of time to use your logic. Here you notice, of course, that you have 2 rectangular shapes and 2 square shapes. So one of the ways that you will know the difference whether it's A or C or B and D is whether the room is shaped like a square or like a rectangle. Okay? And then, of course, beyond that, you will hear what is inside the room. So if you can figure out that it's either A or C, when you hear 50-50, then you're looking at the difference inside the room, and then you notice that, aha, here we have more of these little squares. That must be something. And then you hear that those are chairs. Okay, so pay attention for that. Okay, and then question number 6, we had to match the type of membership with what is included. So for A, we have number 3. It's the basic, okay? And then for B, what does the premium include? Okay. Is it access to facilities around England or access to the lounge? It's a 50-50 here. Okay. So Ashwin says it's B1C2. Yeah, and this is one question. So with this one, the trick is to get it right when you put it into your answer sheet. So here in your answer sheet on the exam, you will have, whether it's the computer-based or the paper-based, so you're going to have question number 6. So here, what you need to do is B1C2. So B1C2. Again, use uppercase letters in this case. So that's what it should look like. B1C2. Happy Singh, they'll give it to you for that as well. Okay, so there's a few different ways. This is what I would use, B1, comma, C2. Okay. If you use a dash, that's okay also. So it's okay to do that. It's fine. With the hyphen. All right. Nice job, everyone. Looks like many of you are on the right track. Again, remember for listening section 1, your goal is to get 8 to 10 correct. Okay, here we go. Answer the questions below. Now here we do have no more than 2 words and or a number. Okay, so how many gyms does the company operate in England? So fill in the blanks. Number 7, if you can use a number, just use a number in this case. Masiharon Sansei says 23. Ashwin says 23. Many students say 23. Majority opinion here is correct. The company operates 23 gyms in England. Write the number nice and clear. Okay. And what is the cost of the premium membership? So, number 8. What is the cost of the premium membership? How many pounds? Now, notice that you have the word pounds here. So, you do not need to put the symbol for pounds. You just need one number. Okay? It is 84 pounds. 84 pounds, right? 84 pounds is the right answer. 84 pounds, yeah, good job. Okay, and then William is a little bit apprehensive. He's a little bit nervous because he feels it's quite expensive. So then Mike says, well, there's kind of a special deal. If you get somebody to join with you, we'll upgrade you to the premium membership. So who is Bill going to ask to join this gym? So Bill says, oh, great, I'll ask somebody, not this guy, because he already has a membership. Maybe my neighbor. Yeah, the neighbor is okay. I think they'll take that answer because they do say his neighbor, okay? So neighbor is okay, and his neighbor's name is Kate. In these cases, the examiners will usually take both of those answers because they are correct. So Kate or his neighbor. It's 2 words, right? And to be fair, he is asking his neighbor, Kate. If you're really fancy, you can say neighbor Kate. Okay, but you don't need that. Kate is enough, or neighbor is enough. When you write the letter K, students, make sure that this part of the K is nice and pronounced so it doesn't look small. If it looks small, if you write it like this, okay, that will be wrong because that's a small letter K. And again, this is a name, so you really have to make sure that you have the full stretch on the upper diagonal of the letter K. Okay, pay attention to that. That's one of those places where you can save yourself a mark and maybe even a band score, because sometimes the difference between half a band is just 1 mark. So careful. Okay, final question for section 1. What time is Bill meeting Mike the following day? So they talk about this a little bit. And Mike says, I'm not in the morning. I'm going to be in at, yeah, midday. Midday is one word. No hyphen. It's not a hyphenated word. It's midday. It's a tricky one, midday, like that. We don't hyphenate it. You could also use noon, or you could do 12 p.m. Okay. So any one of those would be okay. Rishab, Saxana, moon is not okay. Okay, it's there's your correction. Good, nice correction, nice catch. Good job, Rishab. So noon, yeah, midday or noon. Midday, one word. Midday. Okay, students, really good. Count your scores. Again, your goal for listening section 1 is at least 8 correct. Ashwin, 10 out of 10 is really good. Happy Singh, 7, ooh, you want to work on that. Okay. Pavan, 9 out of 10 is good. Puranjay, 8 out of 10 is nice. Arun, 9 out of 10, not 11. Okay, as long as you got 8, you're okay. You're doing all right. Okay, students, so now let's go to section 2. Same idea. Okay, I'm going to darken up the background a bit so you can see the questions better. And again, don't share your answers until we're finished the listening. Give everybody a fair chance to answer on their own. Okay. There we go. So get your paper and pencil or your Word document ready. And we're going to get right into section 2. Here, okay, CD2, track 2 on the website. Everybody's ready, steady. If it's quiet, turn up the volume, use a headset, and go.
Now turn to section 2. Take some time to look at questions 11 to 16. Listening section 2. You will hear a recording of a travel show about tourism to Calgary, Canada. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 16. Now listen carefully to the interview and answer questions 11 to 16.
Hello, I'm Deborah Sloan and welcome to Hotspots, the travel show that highlights great tourist spots around the world. Today we have a representative from Calgary, Canada, who is going to tell us a little about the city.
Thanks, Deborah. Yes, my name is Robert and I'm going to tell you all about the wonderful city of Calgary.
Sorry, I hate to interrupt, Robert, but can you tell me exactly where Calgary is? I'm sure many of our viewers are wondering.
Sure. Calgary is the largest city in the province of Alberta, which is the second most western province in Canada. Alberta lies directly east of the province of British Columbia, of which Vancouver is a very well-known tourist destination, and directly west of the province of Saskatchewan, of which Regina is the capital. Canada is a very big place, and that is shown by just how far Calgary is from many of the other major Canadian cities. Calgary is over 1,000 kilometres from Vancouver, and over 3,400 kilometres from Toronto, Canada's largest city.
Canada is definitely a very spacious country.
Yes, indeed. Well, let me tell you a little about Calgary. Calgary is a beautiful city of approximately 1 million people, situated next to the Rocky Mountains. It is known most, perhaps, for the world-famous Calgary Stampede.
Is that with the cowboys and bull riding?
Yes, and it's held every July in the city. The Stampede attracts more than 1 million visitors each year from all over the world. It is referred to as the greatest outdoor show on earth. Another fact that Calgary is well known for is oil, which was first discovered in the area in 1902. With the boom in oil prices over the past 40 years, Calgary has seen its population grow from 400,000 in 1971 to over 1 million in 2007. In that time period, Calgary was by far the fastest growing city in Canada. Many sports fans will know that Calgary was host to the 1988 Winter Olympics, and to this day, Calgary remains a winter activity destination, with several world-class facilities dedicated to many winter sports, from bobsled to curling to speed skating and everything in between. One of Calgary's biggest icons is its hockey team, the Calgary Flames, who play in the National Hockey League, or NHL as it's better known. Well, they have been one of the more successful teams in the league during their 30 years in Calgary, even winning the coveted Stanley Cup in 1989.
You now have some time to look at questions 17 to 20. Now listen to the rest of the interview and answer questions 17 to 20.
On the cultural side of things, Calgary boasts a number of festivals during the year, including a fringe festival, a comedy festival, as well as the Calgary International Film Festival. Calgary is also home to numerous theatre companies, as well as the Calgary Opera, Alberta Ballet, and the Calgary Philharmonic Orchestra.
Sorry to interrupt again, Robert, but this programme is called Hotspots. So what's the weather like in Calgary? I've heard it's cold.
Yes, in the winter it can be quite cold, but in the summer it is also quite warm, with average summer high temperatures hovering around 23 degrees Celsius, while average winter high temperatures are around -2 degrees and routinely go down to -20. Calgary experiences something quite unique when it comes to the weather. It has these weather fronts called Chinook winds, which can blow through the city in the winter and temporarily raise the temperature by up to 15 degrees Celsius. These Chinook winds can last anywhere from a few hours to a few days, and they are welcomed with open arms by the people of Calgary. Calgary is also one of the sunniest cities in Canada, as well as one of the driest, which makes up for a lot of the cold weather. Honestly though, if you're looking for a winter getaway to a hot spot, as you say, Calgary is not the place to go. But if you are looking for a winter getaway that includes skiing or snowboarding or anything else done best in the cold weather, nobody does it better than Calgary.
Thank you, Robert, for that fascinating look at Calgary.
That is the end of section 2. You will now have half a minute to check your answers.
All right, students, and again, you want to make sure that you use that time to check your answers and catch any smaller mistakes with spelling or instructions. And now we will go through these together. So questions 11 and 12, they were a diagram type question, and I'm going to just brighten it up for us a little bit here so you can see me more clearly while we do this. Actually, for this diagram, let's keep it a little bit dark here. Okay, so question 11 and 12. What are the two provinces directly west and directly east of the province of Alberta? Match the diagram with the choices given below. So here we have number 11, which is directly west of the province of Alberta. And then here we have number 12, which is directly east. So number 11, this would look like this in your answer sheet. So number 11, number 12, you have to get the numbers correct here. So number 11 is D, British Columbia. Okay, so it's D, British Columbia for number 11. And for number 12, directly east, it is Saskatchewan. B. Okay. Now, this was a little bit tricky. Okay. Why? Because the paraphrasing was inverse. So, British Columbia lies to the west of Alberta. Alberta lies to the east of the province of British Columbia. Okay, let me show you what I mean by that. So you have to be really careful with this type of paraphrasing in the listening section. Okay, so that's why I think many of you got confused here, is because the direction of the information. Okay, so in the audio, the man says, Alberta lies directly east of the province of British Columbia and west of the province of Saskatchewan. So here, it'll make sense, okay? The direction matters. So Alberta lies directly east of the province of British Columbia. So Alberta is the subject here. British Columbia is the object. So Alberta's direction is east because Alberta is east of British Columbia. Here, Alberta is west of Saskatchewan. But I think what many of you were thinking of here is the inverse, which is British Columbia is west of Alberta and Saskatchewan is east of Alberta. So if we change the subject, that changes the idea a little bit. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope that's clear now why that's D and B. Amal, the speed of the audio in your exam will be the same. Okay, IELTS is not an English learning institution, so they do not slow down the audio. They use native, natural English speed in all of the audio. So all of the audio in the IELTS exam. Now, some native speakers speak a little bit slower, some speak a little bit faster. There's a range, but the natural English speed is used by all of the speakers in the audio. There's no slowing down. It's not like an English teacher in a class that will slow down their speech to make it more comprehensible. Okay, so everybody's using their native speed. Okay, think about it that way. Okay, let's hop back. So again, 11 is B. That's where I'm from. 11 is D, British Columbia. That's where I'm from. So I'm quite sure that 11 is D because I'm pretty sure Alberta is still where I left it when I came over to Hungary. So 11 is British Columbia, 12 is Saskatchewan. Bonus point, anybody know in Canada what's beside Saskatchewan? That's just as a Canadian, I love to ask that question. So bonus point. From west to east, it goes British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan. What's beside Saskatchewan? You get my super thumbs up of the day if you can tell me this, the first one out of the box. I know a lot of people are planning to go to Canada, so it's good to know. It's Manitoba, Pavan, very good. Double thumbs up. Giant Manitoba, yeah. So it goes British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, Newfoundland, and then our maritime provinces, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and such. So very good. Okay. All right, let's go to 13 and 14. So 13, 14, you have two questions. Here the order does not matter. So this is in any order. Okay. You have question 13, question 14 on your answer sheet. 1 million people is the number used to describe two groups in the recording. The population of Alberta, the population of British Columbia, Calgary, visitors to the Calgary Stampede, or visitors to Calgary. What were these? All right. What were these? Oh, thank you, Pavan. You're melting in my heart. Happy Singh says 13 is E and B. No. Saul says it's D and E. Almost. D is 1 point. It is C and D. C and D. Okay, so the population of Calgary is about 1 million people. So the city of Calgary has about 1 million people. And in the month of July, when they host the Calgary Stampede, I think for, 2 weeks or something? I've never been to it. As they said, it's 1,000 kilometers from where I live. So the Calgary Stampede brings in another 1 million people. If you are planning to visit Calgary during July when the Calgary Stampede is going, I definitely recommend booking a hotel or an Airbnb early because there are absolutely no places available during that time. The city's population doubles. It becomes double from 1 to 2 million for 2 weeks. Pretty amazing. All right. So, multiple choice. The strategy here, notice that I looked at these questions a little bit longer than the other ones. So I made sure that when I saw that I have these multiple choice questions, I really visualized wheat. Okay. So I had a picture of the wheat in my mind. The oil, I had a picture of the oil pumps in my mind as well. Okay. And the natural gas. Something like that. Okay, so I had the picture of these in my mind and I was listening for, am I going to see wheat? Am I going to see this oil pump? Or gas in the ground, natural gas? So what am I going to see there? So for number 15, was it A, B, or C? What was the correct answer for those ones? Yeah, B, oil. Bonus question, when was oil discovered in Calgary? Or, sorry, in Alberta? So when was oil discovered in Alberta? That's my bonus question. Oil is the right answer, although these days it's not doing so well. Anybody visualize the year? Oh no, not 1989. That's way too late. I wish I could have discovered it at that time even. That would have been fantastic. Nope, nobody said it yet. Let's see if somebody remembers. It was 1902. Okay, so at the turn of the 20th century, 1902. All right, Violetta, close. It's 1902. Yeah, so oil was discovered in Alberta in 1902. Then there was a big oil boom. Now that's decreased a little bit because it's expensive to extract it from the ground. Okay, which of these events did Calgary host? So which of these events did Calgary host? The Stanley Cup, the Winter Olympics, or Expo 88? Host means that they held the event. Okay. Which one was it? Very good. So a lot of students, Jayaram, Paranjay, very good from our members. A lot of other students are saying B, it's the Winter Olympics. Fantastic. Another bonus question for all of those who know a little bit about Canada. As a Canadian, I like these Canada facts. How many Winter Olympics has Canada hosted? So Calgary hosted the Winter Olympics, so definitely one. How many Winter Olympics has Canada been home to? I mean, it is known as the Great White North, so it's no surprise that we like to host the Winter Olympics. Saul says Vancouver in 2010, Saul. Vancouver in 2010. Not in 2014, 2010. Zaid says twice. Sudanshu is correct. Sudanshu Sharma says 3 times. Indeed, Canada has hosted the Winter Olympics 3 times. Montreal, Calgary, and Vancouver. Okay, those were the 3. Montreal, Calgary, and Vancouver. All right. 17, write no more than 2 words. Always pay attention to that. Average summer highs in Calgary reach how many degrees Celsius? How many degrees Celsius? Ashwin, very good. 23 degrees Celsius. You don't need the degrees Celsius because it's given here. So you can write just 23 in your answer sheet. That is correct. Okay. If you do write degrees Celsius, I think it's fine. Okay. Or 23 Celsius. All right. Here we go. Last 3 questions. 18 to 20. It's a short little information summary completion. Average winter highs, so the warm weather in the winter, reach what 2 degrees? That's right, Zaid. That's right, Paranjay. It's minus 2 degrees. Minus 2 degrees. Chinook winds can raise the temperature by up to 15 degrees Celsius and can last anywhere from a few hours to a few what? Amal says days. That's correct. Amal, your third answer is incorrect. Paranjay says days. Yeah, a few hours to a few days. That's great. Everybody runs outside in their swimming shorts and t-shirt in the middle of winter and parties. Okay, Calgary is one of the driest. So here, it's driest, it's given, as well as one of the what places in Canada. So it's dry, very different from where I live. I live in one of the wettest places, as well as one of the sunniest places. That's right. So sunniest. Now this was a bit tricky, this last one, because the speaker said it in the inverse. So the speaker said Calgary is one of the sunniest cities in Canada as well as one of the driest. So that was kind of the trick there, where they switched the order of the information. So in this part 2, you got to see this kind of paraphrasing where they switch the order of the information. And that was at the beginning of part 2 with this question as well, with the location of Alberta being east of the province of British Columbia and west of Saskatchewan. So they switched the order of information a couple of times. Pay attention to that, okay? That's my last tip for today. So pay attention to paraphrasing where the information in the audio is inverse from that in the question sheet. Okay? So that's an important point. All right? Now, Pavan says, I got 18 out of 20. Pavan, that's fantastic. Saul says the same. Ashwin says, I got 19. That's fantastic. So for section 2, students, you want to get at least 6, 7 for sure correct. Okay, if you're going for a band 6, 5, 7. If you need a band 8, 9, you need to get almost all of section 2 correct as well. So pay attention, okay? Amal, 19 out of 20 is pretty good. You're on track for a band 8, 8.5, okay? Band 9, you can only get 1 question wrong out of all 4 sections. So you really have to be present. Students, that's it for this class. Again, tomorrow I will be back with Speaking Part 2, Speaking Part 3. Join our premium package at aehelp.com, GIELTS help.com. That's general, and that's for academic. Spend a couple dollars, save yourself a lot of headache, learn from structured quality materials on your phone, tablet, PC, and improve your band scores. Put in the effort. You'll get there. We believe in you. A lot of students have succeeded through our combined efforts. So that's it for me for today. Have an awesome rest of your Thursday. See you tomorrow on Friday. And remember, you have brilliant, brilliant supercomputers on your shoulders. You need to use them. Believe in it. Believe in yourself. Bye for now.